The In Conversation podcast series with author Nigel Beckles.
Welcome to the podcast.
Please like the podcast and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Have you experienced several failed relationships or been through a divorce? How can you avoid making the same mistakes again? How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes is out now.
Hi, my name is Nigel Beckles. My new book is packed with practical and common sense strategies that you can use to make better relationship choices.
Now you can discover the dangerous myths about love. If your relationship expectations are realistic, why you could be falling in love for all the wrong reasons.
How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes. It's a book that could change your life.
Available from www.relationshipmistakesbook.com and amazon.co.uk. Kindle version also available.
Award-winning author Pamela R. Haynes. Her latest book, Loving the Brothers, is available from Amazon and all good bookstores now. Nominated in the Best Writer category by the BLAC Awards for 2020. Loving the Brothers by author Pamela R. Haynes. Order your copy of a fantastic book now.
Get ready for takeoff.
Welcome back to my In Conversation podcast series. My guest for this episode is the lead author of a recently published book exploring the experiences of various people during the coronavirus lockdown, Dee Bailey. Greetings, Dee. Welcome to my podcast series.
Greetings, Nigel. Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. Whereabouts in the UK are you based?
I am based in Luton, Bedfordshire.
And what's Luton like?
Currently, right now, we're on a lockdown. We're on a lockdown and we were going to open up gyms and things tomorrow, but they've now put restrictions on us. But Luton's good. It's multicultural. There's lots to do. And yeah, I've lived here all my life.
So talking about lockdown, what have you been up to since the whole pandemic started?
Okay, so for me, prior to lockdown, I was actually at home. And then I'd literally got a job, was in a job for a month. I was in a job for a month and then this happened and I've been at home, working from home, office administration. I usually do physical events. So with this lockdown now, it's like, well, what am I going to do? I need to do something. I need to stay connected. And I decided to do, because the good old Zoom, everyone was talking about the Zoom. So I thought, okay, let's bring something online. And so I started a weekly Zoom and it's actually called Life in a Lockdown. And yesterday was actually week 17. And it's basically a group of people. It doesn't matter where you are in the UK. And we get together on the Zoom. We have organisations come on and they share what they're doing in the community. We as women / men just offload, get a chance to say what's been going on in our week. And we've found it very therapeutic, if that's the right word. And approximately 8 weeks in, one of the ladies said, we need to capture this. We need to capture what we're doing. And then, literally, from a Zoom call, this book was produced. I'm the lead author, and it's called Life in a Lockdown, Behind Closed Doors.
So what inspired you to become involved with writing a book?
Well, we were having the weekly Zooms, and it was approximately about 7 weeks in. One of the guests said, let's capture what we're doing. So the idea of capturing that in terms of a book was put forward. And 22 of us are in this book, Life in a Lockdown, Behind Closed Doors. And it really is just a snapshot in time of what we were doing prior to the lockdown, what was happening to us in those really key areas of March to May during the lockdown, and really what were we thinking and hoping for after the lockdown is over. 11th of July, that's when the book was published.
So, Dee, when do you plan to have your book launch?
Okay, so the book launch it's going to be a virtual book launch, okay, and that's going to be Saturday, the 15th of August, and that will be between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m. It's going to be via Zoom. We will be streaming live on Facebook and possibly another platform, but we have a key VIP guest, and that is the Lord Mayor of Liverpool, and that's Councillor Anna Rothery. So that is a real scoop that we've got. So that's going to be an awesome event, all 22 authors, and you'll get to know so much more and hear from us up close and personal.
So with 22 different people all contributing, that must have been challenging. What issues did you have actually getting the book published?
I'll be honest with you, because I'm actually the lead author on the book, because I started the project of the Life in the Lockdown, the Zooms. And as you said, there are 21 other women. We are all different. We certainly are. We are all different. But in terms of aims and what we wanted to achieve and to get out there, we worked. It just worked. I know it's really hard to believe. People are going, really? 22 women getting on? It really did work. And we have a publisher, which is Marcia Spence. I believe you probably know her from the publishing house. And she's a publisher. She also sponsored as well. And approximately, I think it's about 7 weeks, and we got the book published.
That's pretty fast. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to become an author?
If somebody truly wants to become an author, don't just have it in the back of your mind. Start writing, start talking to people. There's lots of people writing right now, and it's a good way of getting your thoughts and offloading your feelings also as well.
Well, journaling is certainly therapeutic for many people in terms of their mental health. I have read reports where there have been many people who have been suffering with mental health issues during the lockdown. So, Dee, what other interests do you have?
Okay, so apart from obviously doing this weekly Zoom, as I said, Simply Dee's Events, my organisation, been running that since 2014, December 2014. And over that period of time, I think I've organised, probably about sort of like 5 or 6 International Women's Days. I know you might find it hard to believe. Did you know there was an International Men's Day?
I knew there was an International Women's Day. International Men's Day, I've heard about it vaguely in my travels.
Yeah, and it's very important to me that we celebrate the men, just like we celebrate the women. And I think we need to do much more of that. So I've been running those for about 4 years also as well. I also run an event called the Black Bookcase, which started last year, moved it online about 3 weeks ago, which went really, really well. Health and wellbeing events, and very much about the young people and giving them a platform. I've got a talk show. I've got a talk show which I run the first Tuesday every month. And I normally get guests coming to the studio, but obviously with the current climate now, the good old Zoom, and I can do it from home.
So, Dee, what are your plans for the future? What's on your bucket list?
My bucket list. I haven't actually got a bucket list. Writing a book wasn't on my bucket list. It came, it was an opportunity, grabbed it, running with it, tripping, falling, making mistakes, but just enjoying the journey. In terms of, am I where I want to be? No, I'm not. Can I say where that is? I'll be honest with you. No, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, meeting so many different people from all sorts of walks of life. They're bringing something to me, and hopefully I'm bringing something to the community. And for me, it's about making a difference. And how can I do that? Instead of sort of like pointing the finger that way, I point the finger back at myself. What can I do to bring about change?
And Dee, how can people contact you?
So I'm on general social media platforms. So you've got like Facebook, so that's Dee Bailey, or you can also get hold of me at Simply Dee's Events. In terms of email, that's Simply Dee's DEEZ events @gmail.com. And obviously with the book now, that's Life in a Lockdown 2020 Behind Closed Doors. I am the lead author, so if you look that up under Dee Bailey, you'll find that on Amazon, and you can also find out more information on that page.
Well, I wish you every success with the book. Dee, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Nigel.
Life, Inner Lockdown, 2020, Behind Closed Doors. People share their personal experiences during the coronavirus pandemic with lead author Dee Bailey. Available from Amazon and all good bookshops. Now.
Looking for Love is a documentary that explores Black relationships in the UK, seeking answers to difficult questions, transforming the way we think about love and relationships.
50% of couples who marry this year will get divorced.
Looking for Love from the award-winning director Menelik Shabazz is finally available on DVD.
If I had
been to a counsellor or been to a therapist, I would have dealt with a lot of those issues a lot quicker.
Get yours today from lookingforlovefilm.com.
Thank you for listening. Please join me for another In Conversations podcast very soon for more interesting and entertaining discussions. Stay safe.
Please like the podcast and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Please like the podcast and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.